We're living in a time of crisis and fast change. And I think we're at an important moment, both to celebrate the work that's already happening, but also to do even better. And I hope this podcast can play a role in that. My name is Barbara van Paassen, and I'm one of the AFSEE Fellows, Atlantic Fellows on Social and Economic Equity at the London School of Economics. And I'm also the host of a podcast called People versus Inequality. The Atlantic Fellowship for Social and Economic Equity is mainly a great opportunity to reconnect to the academic world, to see what's happening in the field of inequality, but also to meet changemakers from across the globe that are all doing really amazing work and have opportunities to exchange and learn from each other and reflect on my own work in new ways. And it really reconfirmed my commitment to building inclusive, transformative movements for social change. The People vs. Inequality podcast is a space to reflect and learn with changemakers on how to tackle inequality. We hear from amazing changemakers, often women from the Global South, who are working to tackle inequalities, who are at the heart of, I think, what this work is about. And their stories and work tell us a lot about how we can tackle inequality and how we can do better at that. We hear what drives them, what obstacles do they face, what strategies do they use, what are some of the lessons they've learned, and how can we use that to build bigger, broader movements for change. The podcast has been a really great opportunity for me to have very inspiring conversations with a lot of food for thought, because the work that the women are doing is all very diverse, but at the same time, there's some really clear cross-cutting themes. And one of them is that their work is really showing the agency that we all have, and that we can really change things if we organize, if we come together, if we are strategic in how we do that. And I think that's really important in today's world, that we remember that, but also that we do really need to come together, so that we need to build bridges between movements. And that's increasingly happening, I think, between women's rights organizations and climate activists. And I think the podcast showed some of the ways in which we can do this and some of the obstacles along the way. But really, that's an important thing, moving forward and building solutions that work for everyone. And here's a little teaser from the podcast to get an idea of what it's all about.
At some point, I walked into this beautiful forest that I knew as a child, and where I planted my first tree when I was 7. And I went there to really see how beautiful the forest had grown. But when I got there, there were more tree stumps and tree logs compared to the trees that I had expected. And it was a point of reflection for me. I could not understand why anyone would destroy such a beautiful forest. And I think for me, this is the same form of energy that I'm trying to cultivate into the world, to have love for nature, to have compassion for the people, because then we will be able to value people and our planet above the profits.